Hello, Frog fans. Welcome to Postgame Beers Podcast. We are your Lupton Drinking Club. I'm your host, Kyle Malloy, joined by my co-host, Jacob Sailors. We've got Ray Cartwright. That's it. It's just the three of us, all right? So
we're the three best friends that anyone could have.
We are thrilled to be coming to you after a solid 4-0 week by Frog Ball USA, which included a win at Dallas Baptist and a sweep against those Red Raiders. So sad.
4-0 week that the season desperately needed.
Hey, Jacob, in the immaculate words of Tom Gribble, 4-0.
Yeah, it was a great week of baseball.
It was a great week of baseball.
A refreshing week of baseball.
Did it feel like the old times, fellas? Because I used to count. I remember doing this on Twitter years ago. All right, we're talking years ago, where I would literally tweet a number, like a GIF of a number, be like number 8, number 9, number 11, which was consecutive wins for the program.
We're up to what? 4.
Four.
Four.
But I used to do that often because that's how long the streaks were, you know?
Make that 7 of the last 8 against the Red Raiders.
Man, they're down bad.
Sweep 2 out of 3 and something like that. I'm just looking at the history and I see green dots, 7 of the last 8.
You know, I used to never be a fan of the green dot when it came to races out at the old ballpark, but love the green dots in this situation.
I feel like everybody went blue. I don't know why blue is the default color of preference.
It's probably because most people's favorite color is a default blue.
Hey, question for you guys.
So,
do y'all ever turn on whatever TV service you have, whether it be YouTube TV or direct, whatever it is, and you're just kind of like, I don't really have anything to watch. Let me scroll through, and you see a movie, and every time you see this movie on TV, say it's like TBS or something, you're like, yep. You stop down and you throw that movie on. You might be joining it halfway through, but you love the movie so much you never skip it. Do you have one of those?
I have several of those. Yes, 1,000%. Yes.
Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not alone here.
What's your movie?
Well, right now in the background, I have A Few Good Men on, and Lieutenant Caffey is preparing to call Jessup to the stand. So,
Jacob, you can't handle the truth about TCU baseball.
That whole sequence is so good.
I actually saw someone.
I'd rather you just say thank you and go on about your day.
Dude, there's like
all right, what are y'all's?
All Twitter is like short video clips now, and sometimes I'll get sucked down the rabbit hole. And one was that whole courtroom scene with the very young Tom Cruise.
Yep.
So I'm kind of a mix of like, if there's anything with Adam Sandler, so like Billy Madison or anything like that, and then also Jim Carrey. If Dumb and Dumber's on, which is on quite a bit on TBS, I have a hard time not like turning that off, you know. But also, if there's an action movie like something ridiculous, like like an action thing, the thing is, I love watching movies at any point because if I've seen them before, right? Not new movies, but at any point, my wife has to see things from start to finish. So if I'm just watching TV, I can log on at any point and just be like, let's go. Let's find this thing. She's like, you can this entire thing on Netflix. I'm like, I'm fine. I don't need to even change the channel. I'm good.
Yeah. I don't need to invest 2.5 hours. I can just invest the 45 minutes that are left right to the good part. We know what's going to happen.
Hey, here's what I'll do to Tiffany. She'll be in the bedroom or something watching like season 6, episode 10 of Mormon Wives or whatever. And I'll pop in there, glance at the TV, and I'm like, all right, I'm hooked. Give me the backstory.
So I took that the wrong way. I thought you were being like, peace. I'm going to go watch a movie in the other room.
Well, yeah, that's No, that's the true answer. But I'll just mess with it. Say, all right, fill me in. What have I missed? Give me 6 seasons worth of catch up.
After 19 years of marriage, I have options, right? I can be like, hey, wait, Bridgerton season 4, let's go, or I can say
Bridgerton's going too far. I can't do Bridgerton.
I don't know what the show is. I'm gonna go check out this movie over here, and she's like, sounds great.
Yeah. I did do Downtown Abbey, but I can't do Bridgerton.
Downtown.
Whatever it is.
Down.
And I'm hearing voices from the other room yelling that I haven't finished.
Downtown Abbey.
Downtown.
Here on Downtown
right?
LDC radio.
What is it? Am I getting the name wrong?
It's Downton.
Downton.
It's
is
not
that how
downtown.
they say downtown? Or like, is this some kind of weird British way of saying?
There's no second W. It's just Downton.
Right. Some weird British word.
This is
all
what
right.
the people.
Let's stop having fun. Let's start talking baseball.
First, can we talk about an ad real quick?
Oh yeah, I love ads.
Our friends at Anduno travel bags. I've used mine. I use mine constantly. I don't know about you guys, but the guys at Anduno have travel bags for our athletes. They also make gear and recovery stuff and jackets and things for TCU. Every time you buy something, I feel like a TCU athlete gets fitted as well. So just want to shout out Anduno. Thanks for their sponsorship and the stuff that they've given us so far. But Anduno.products on Instagram, awesome stuff. If you buy something, a TCU athlete will get fitted on top of your stuff. So anything I missed there, Jacob?
They're coming out with a lot of cool merchandise too. Yeah, we love the travel bags, but there's apparel that's dropping, so keep an eye on that.
Fantastic. All right, where do we start? I know you guys talked about DBU probably on the deep dish and maybe briefly, but we've got a 3-0 week against Texas Tech, and
we can talk about DBU if you want. It's a win.
All right. So, let's jump into it. What stuck out to you guys? Typically, a game at Dallas Baptist is pretty tough for the Frogs. Not that they don't win there.
Flag.
Well,
okay.
What if? Yeah. But I'm talking about the series as a whole, not necessarily playing at DBU. I'm just talking about the team is a good metric in terms of like, hey, are we up this year? Are we down? How are we feeling? And they're a good challenge for the Frogs every year. So it was nice.
4th win in a row in Dallas.
I'm sure they hate that.
Oh yeah. There's no doubt. I mean, that's one of their biggest games of the year.
Yeah, common theme of the week.
What do you mean?
Super Bowls.
Oh yeah, 2 Super Bowls in a row.
It didn't start great.
Is that the theme of the season so far?
At least during the midweek.
No, I'm saying in general. Oh, yeah, I guess you're right, Ray. So LMU.
Yep. UTA.
UTA. DBU.
ACU.
Getting down early and figuring it out to come.
State.
Yeah.
New Mexico State.
Is that a concern at all?
I think it's a broader concern in the fact that we're still looking for consistent starting pitching, and it kind of shows up the most on Tuesday nights.
True.
Yeah,
so you've got you're flipping more guys on a Tuesday than you are on a Friday, Saturday/Sunday.
I think it just shows that this Tuesday nights are where your pitching depth is really affected from all these injuries that they've had.
Depth. See, it's weird because the bullpen has been so good.
It's you can't pitch him every game.
Seems like but it's also been a rotating thing too. Like we've had guys make starts and they struggle, but out of the bullpen, they've been nails.
So at DBU, you had Cade Nelson went 2 and a third. Nate Stern went 2 2/3. Franco was in there for 10 seconds. Finau and Seguspie. Do we expect Tuesday nights to kind of be that fluctuation of having 3 to 5 guys in there every game?
I mean, because now you have Zach James pitching on the weekends, so that's another arm you lose on Tuesday. But you know what? Tuesdays, I don't really go into any Tuesday game thinking, man, we need our pitching to really just shut them down.
Right.
Like, go score double-digit runs. Don't make it matter. Yeah. Let guys develop. Let Uli Fernsler pitch on Tuesday because you've already scored 11 runs through the 6th inning. You know what I'm saying?
And that's exactly what happened. So DBU was up 5-1 in the 6th. Frogs go on to score 10 more runs after that. Nice finish to the game. So that was kind of I felt like that was a theme of the weekend of just making sure you finish strong.
This is one of the worst DBU pitching teams I've ever seen. So I'm glad they took advantage.
Okay. I'm glad we didn't lose then. Jeez. Because it probably dropped RPI, don't you think?
The Stroh-Snyder home run. Beautiful thing of beauty. Just for that alone, I regretted not going to that game.
Jack Bell started his streak of homers.
Yeah. Well, he kind of had one going already because they were talking about it on the broadcast. Right.
Was that his second one in a row?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Yeah, it was that game. I can't remember what his streak was at the time, but I remember the DB broadcast was talking about it. And then you had a Jack Bell home run first of the year. And we had 5 hit by pitches. That helps.
I'll be honest. Watching half the game, first half of the game, there's a lot of frustration there because you're like, what are we doing, guys?
Yeah, because we just come off of 2 weekend series losses.
Mm-hmm. And every game at this point, I don't want to say every game matters. That's a cliche, but you also want to see fight out of your team to be like, hey, does this game matter to you? Are you going to fight out there?
Right.
And we didn't see it until the 7th inning. So I don't know.
Better late than never, man. I'm not going to complain how we win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then it was nice to kind of blow them out. It wasn't a run rule, but 11-5 is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's job well done. All right.
Moving on. Friday night. Wow. Well, blowout right away. So full disclosure, I was at I already told you this, Jacob, but I was at a fundraiser, kind of a dad's barbecue thing. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be here for a little bit, and then I'm going to jump over to the game because I really want to watch this team. And it was 8-0 after 3 innings. And I said, all right, I think the boys got it in order. I think I'm good.
10-0. 11-0 after the third. It was 11.
11,
yeah.
11. Yeah. I read that wrong. Scored 8 in the third.
Yes, there you go.
So y'all, I don't know who was there, but obviously jumped on them early. Nice to see that on a Friday night to be like, hey, let's just take this game and get it out of the way.
Yeah, especially with Tech's ace on the mound. I mean, use that term for what it's worth with Tech pitching, but their starter had been pretty solid, relatively speaking. Lucas Pinko. Lucas Perko. That's it. But he only goes 2 2/3, gave up all 11 runs through that time. Only walked 1. I thought we only had 4 walks on the whole night. And
that's interesting because we have basically
runs.
counted on walks all year,
Yeah.
When we're walking a lunch, we're having success. So that's interesting.
So TCU went into this series in conference play slugging .284. And we talked about this on the deep dish, just how comically low that is. I mean, that is a practical joke number for a team slugging percentage. So let me put it in terms of, what that looks like on the field. So I think I have this right. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but a .284 slug is basically like getting a single 1 every 4 at bats. Just a single. One every 4 at bats.
That's rough.
So now, let's say somebody hits a double. Well, that means on average, our next 8 guys are going to make it out. Our next 7 guys.
Yeah. So that's pretty bad.
That is a horrifically low number. Well, They raised it. What did I tweeted it like 157 points over the weekend, just in those 3 games. So
Colton Griffin, Cole Kramer, and Sawyer Strohsnyder, top 3 batters, all had 3 hits, 3 for 5 on the game. I mean, that helps, right? To get up there and be like, all right, the guys at the top of the order are hitting. Everybody else except for Lucas had a hit. I mean, it was top to bottom, 17 hits on the night. That's got to be tied for, or maybe the most on the season.
17. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Yeah. I can't remember a game where we might have had more.
Yeah. I feel like we've won games with we've won games with like 4 or 5 hits, where we have 10 walks.
I can tell you one thing, 5 home runs is definitely a season high for a game.
Sawyer with 5 RBIs.
Yep. Noah Franco.
Back.
Big time.
Very back. Very back. And this is true for the whole weekend. I don't know how much Noah Franco contributed to just the spark in the dugout, the energy on the field, but I know it ain't 0.
Correct.
No, that dude is a spark plug. Like, that dude's just energy.
Does it fire you up?
Yeah, I mean, we've complained about the team looking like they've lacked energy, for a big part of the season and a lot of games, but they sure didn't this weekend. Energy was not a problem.
No, and I think that was kind of a focus going into this weekend because you listen to different post-game interviews and all the hitters are saying, man, dude, it's awesome. You feel like you have 34 guys there in the box with you.
Yeah.
And it's just been a huge focus. It was a big focus going into this weekend.
Yeah, it's one thing to talk about it, but it's, it's got to be natural. You can't just force it. So,
well,
Noah being back makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I'd say all those moonshots that they hit.
Right.
Even though the wind was blowing out, like everyone was talking about, like I had talked about the wind was going to be blowing out. Dude, those were still some bombs that were hit.
It was roped. Sorry, so Mason Brassfield, like obviously the game's over after the 3rd inning. But Mason going 5 innings and only allowing 6 hits and 3 runs, I thought was a good start.
Yes. 100%.
I thought it was a good start against a Tech lineup that, for all their flaws on one side of the ball, they can hit the baseball. No matter how they're pitching, they can hit the baseball.
They showed that all
5
weekend
innings
too.
And we talked about last week with the starters. I'm not going to ask for 7 shutout every time. How about 5 innings and 3 runs? I think I literally said that. Just give me 5 innings and 3 runs. And that's what we got from Mason. Yeah. I'll take it. If we can get that consistently instead of feast or famine, I don't know. Which one would you rather have? Would you rather have one start where you're the pitcher of the week and then the next week you're not making it out of the 2nd inning? Or would you rather have a consistent 5 innings, 3 runs?
I think the obvious answer is the consistent.
Yeah, I mean, on one hand, you have an automatic win. You have an automatic win, probably followed by an automatic loss, or you can roll the dice with, 5 innings, 3 runs,
and hope your offense
gives you a chance to win every game.
Comes to play a little bit.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Well, in today's college baseball, you should be able to scratch 4 across consistently.
Yeah. Tyler Finau pitched a 3rd of an inning. Cade Durnan, and then Ethan Thomas closes it out. He didn't realize the game was over. Pretty funny.
That's like the 2nd or 3rd time in these run rules that we've had this year that
locked in.
Like I remember 0-0. I think Walter Quinn was another one.
Yes, 100%. It's like, wait, the game's over. So I what I didn't realize, and this is showing my ignorance. I didn't realize there were run rules on Friday and Saturday. I thought that was a Sunday deal, but I guess
that's pretty new rule.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's with the shortened rosters.
Okay.
They implemented a conference run rule, and you're right. It's a new thing.
Try not to burn everybody. That makes sense. I mean, that's kind of fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep. So great start. Knock them around, and no drama.
18-8. It was a good Friday night to be like,
yeah,
following from afar, going, all right, the boys got this. All right. So Saturday, a much tighter game. I found it interesting that every time Tech scored, TCU had an answer. So that was in the second, third, seventh, and then they kind of coasted to a win, but not coasted. I'll say they
not on Saturday.
Coasted, not coasted. But I'm saying it was interesting. It was interesting that every time Tech scored, for the most part, TCU scored. Good sign to see.
I had that noted too, because we've kind of referenced the kill shot statistic. Where
Go on. What can you explain that for those listening?
So if you score 2 runs in an inning, 2 or more runs, and then hold your opponent to 0, your chances of winning historically, it's it goes through the roof. If you get 2 or more in a game, your chances of winning are in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like if it's called a kill shot for a reason, right? So basically it's saying if you, you go to an inning and you really punch your opponent in the stomach, it's very hard for them to come back from that. So with that in mind, so Tech hits first, they score 3 in the second. Okay. If we don't score in the bottom of the second, that's a kill shot for Tech. We score 4. Okay. Go to the third. Tech scores 2 more. All right. If we don't score, it's a kill shot. Nope. Kill shot avoided. We scored 1. So we're tied after 3. Then oddly enough, we go 3 scoreless innings for both sides. Tech scores 1 run. We come back with 2. Then we hold them to 0. We score 1. So we go through 8 complete, and the score is whatever it was. There's been no kill shots. Both teams have avoided them. Then Tech actually gets one in the 9th. So they get the 2 runs and then hold us scoreless in the 9th. That's a kill shot. So historically, Tech's chances of winning, obviously scoring, going to extra innings, that particular game's 50-50. But historically speaking, if you have a kill shot and your opponent doesn't, you're probably going to win. But then that's where Trevor Baumler stepped in.
The ball man. That was pretty satisfying. I'm going to be honest, because we had not seen that level of fight much this year. It's been, if they're scoring 3 runs and we go 3 and out, gosh, that's such a gut punch,
Hard to come back from. But if Trevor Baumler is giving you 4 innings, only allowing 1 run, he only walks 2 in those 4 innings. And every single one of those at bats are high leverage. That's, it's 4 innings, it's 63 pitches, but every single one of those 63 pitches, it's, it could win or lose the game.
So that was kind of a gamble, right? To pitch Baum with those last 4 innings versus saving him for Sunday.
No, I think they had that plan going into the weekend, Mr. MK.
Because they had a TBA on Sunday. And that was, whether they needed Baumler on Saturday or not.
So, and that's the reason why they didn't want to announce it early. So,
right. Yep.
And dude, you talked about high leverage and, emotions and all that. That's with, what was it? The 12th or the 11th? TCU had the bases loaded. Nobody out, 1 out, and didn't play to run. And you got to go back out there and find that juice again.
Yeah.
And pick the boys back up.
Yeah, it's not often you have, bases loaded, less than 2 outs, you fail to score and you still end up winning the game. Your pitcher has to be doing something heroic to give you another shot. Because usually you get that 1 shot and that's it.
So going back to what you said about pitchers, if you'd rather have consistency or kind of, top or bottom. Yeah, exactly. You got Lance Davis, who gives up 5. You have Quinn, who we've kind of counted on all year. He gives up 3. And so it's a very confusing game because pitchers that you've counted on before are the ones who gave up the most runs,
I will point this out though. Tech had 23 hits in that game. they hit a few of those hard, but I think more than half of them were just bleeding singles or swinging bunts.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the luck factor and the umpiring. And I don't complain about umpiring often, but my God. I mean, Lance Davis, he gets a double play ball early in that game. Not only do they reverse the out at first, they reverse the out at second. Both runners are safe.
Gosh.
So you're giving Tech 2 extra outs in that inning just on umpiring. That's hard to overcome.
Does it feel more a part of the game that every game we're having these reviews that are just so ridiculous? It's like, I don't know.
This weekend in particular was a big struggle for the umpiring.
Yeah, that was a rough crew.
It was so bad.
I'm sure we're going to see them again, though, right? Because they're probably local.
I mean, good chance. Maybe send them to UTA or something. But, dude, yeah, how often do you see a game where the opposing team gets 23 hits and they don't win?
But I mean, what they had the one home run. They had a couple balls hit hard. Obviously, you're not going to have 23 hits and not have some hit hard, but God, I remember just short circuiting, very early in that game because every ground ball was finding a hole.
You were melting down in the text.
I was like, if I see one more ground ball base hit, I'm going to short circuit. And they had probably 10 more after that. I was losing my mind, dude. So 23 hits, miss me with that total. I don't care because the luck factor was off the charts for them and they still lost the game.
Yeah.
Dude, doesn't that speak to pitching? That they're able to walk that? Doesn't that speak to how great the pitching was that they were able to walk that tightrope?
100%. Especially so Walter Quinn comes in the 7th inning. First hitter, Connor Schaus, great hitter. Connor Schaus is great. Infield single. Cool, of course, right? Logan Hughes follows up with a double down the line. All right. I don't remember that one. We'll just give him full credit for that. Okay. So now Tech has 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. All right. Tie game, 7th inning. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. I'm thinking, do we load the bases here to get a double play, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a natural move. Especially when I saw it was Lincoln Park Garcia, the talented freshman, coming to the plate. They chose to pitch to him. And Walter Quinn struck him out. Then Caden Ferraro comes up. That's when they did the intentional walk. And I thought this was a stroke of genius. Because Quinn fares a lot better against right-handed hitters than left-handed hitters, okay? So they choose to pitch to Garcia with 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Quinn executes, gets the strikeout. Now the lefty's coming up. That's when they used to do the intentional walk. Now we have another righty coming up. And he hits a ground ball back to the pitcher, another swinging bunt. But this time, because of the intentional walk, we get the force at home. 2 outs. Yep. I thought that was a real genius move on the coaches for waiting for the intentional walk for when it was the lefty up.
Good intel. That was awesome. So you only give up 1 run that inning. Instead of
so another lefty, it was Jesse Rusnick comes up and they hit him. That kind of stuff. But you had 2nd and 3rd, nobody out, and you only gave up 1 run.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
But it all started with another bullcrap infield hit.
Because I felt like that was the opposite for the Frogs this weekend, where we had bases loaded or guys at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out or whatever, and we were struggling to find the plate. But so that's actually nice to hear that it happened on the other side.
On that luck note, so just to jump ahead to Sunday for a minute, I found it really hilarious that through the first 2 innings, 5 of the 6 outs were ground balls for Tech. And I'm like, they must be in shock that not every ground ball is finding a hole.
Dude, didn't it feel starting Saturday with the way Tech was playing? And they pitched pretty well there from the end of the game pretty much on. I mean, they shut TCU down there for a while. That they were playing for their season, because man, they were they were pulling out all the stops.
Both teams were playing for their season. TCU couldn't afford to lose this series. They really couldn't afford to lose one game. It's a home
No,
series against a team that's not that great, and you'd already missed a shot last weekend to win a home series. Can't drop 2 home series in a row.
No, that's death.
I was looking at the standings today, just taking a stab. Obviously, we're halfway through the season, a lot of games to play, but there's 8 teams in the middle of the league, which are 1 game away from each other, right? So you swing 1 game either way, and everything changes.
Well, shit.
He's right
first
back.
First place is only 3 games.
More concerning to me was the fact that the only wins that Houston and Arizona have are against the Frogs, and they're the bottom. They're the bottom 2 teams in the league.
Wait, what?
No. What? No. That's not correct at all.
I'm not sure that's correct.
No.
We haven't played either of those teams.
Yeah, we play Arizona in 2 weeks.
What year was I looking at, fellas?
Maybe Houston the week after.
Who did Houston
or 2 weeks after?
I can't remember.
Because
we played UCF and Arizona State, dog.
Yeah.
All right. I was looking at the wrong year.
Damn.
No, that better not be the case. We need to sweep both of those teams.
All right. Well, we better sweep them then. That's all I got to say about that.
All right. What else do you guys have on Saturday? Obviously the big play, the Frogs way, was the game tying double by Stroh before the walk-off sack fly by Brunson. I was just browsing at the win probability, and we were down to like 39%, and that was after Framer got on base. And then we went up. So Stroh hits the game tying double. We go from 39% to like 85%. That's how big of a hit that was. I mean, obviously, you know that by watching the game, but I think it's funny to see it graphed. Am I muted?
No, you're good. Sorry. Yeah, just thinking.
Okay. All right.
So
that's my last note on Saturday.
Frogs won the series. This was the time when, you guys have said it before on previous podcasts. It's like, hey, can you stick on the jugular, or are you going to let them take Sunday? Because so far, most Sundays have been taken by the opponent.
One side of the ball held up their end of the bargain there.
Frogs win on Sunday, 5-4.
That is
close.
Indisputable.
And it was a last minute ditch effort to get 3 runs across in the 8th inning and then hold them to, in the 9th to win 5-4. So I'll say, again, similar to some other games we've watched, very frustrating for the first half, for the first 2/3 of the game, waiting for somebody, on the offense to do something.
Now, they were getting guys on. Okay, I'll say that. That wasn't the problem. But executing the guys on base was a struggle. And that's more unfortunate when you realize who Tech had left on the mound at that point. I mean, they already start the weekend with very little. And after a 13-inning game on Saturday where, they were pulling out all the stops to win, like we said, they went into Sunday with very little rounds in the chamber. And they, for the most part, stymied our offense, at least, on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that probably, back to the fighting for their season, right? I mean, you got to give Tech pitching some credit. I mean, they really.
Do I? Have to give?
They were.
Jackson Burns started this game for Tech. This was
under no circumstances do we have to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Just got to tip your cap.
No, I don't have to tip my cap to Jackson Burns because this was his 8th outing. And in 7 of the 8 outings, he got absolutely lit up by teams like Albany, Cal State Bakersfield, Penn State, UTSA, Kansas, and Arizona. Those are not good offensive teams. None of them. But then he has a career game against TCU. Explain that.
I cannot.
Super Bowl. Clearly,
so, look, I'm glad we got the
judging
win.
by how douchey Tech played all weekend and chippy they played. Bunch of D-bags.
I'm glad we got the win.
There.
The pitching was really strong. Zach James, really good. Noah Franco. Who am I missing? Middle innings. Help me out. Zach James. Nate Stern.
Nate Stern had a big one on Sunday. Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome job by the pitching. Awesome job winning the game. Awesome job coming back. All that. Not taking anything away. Very happy for the sweep, but those warts on Sunday are still there. I was prepared to say the pitching is only going to get better, but we do play K-State. But after that, the pitching is going to get better. They got to figure out offense on Sundays.
The offense came through when, they were timely. Yeah, they didn't go out and put up 25 runs on Sunday. But at the end of the day, they got hits when it mattered most.
Well, they had bases loaded, 1 out for Stroh-Snyder and Brunson. They scored no runs.
That's what I mentioned earlier. There was a couple innings where I was prepared to say, do you remember this inning when they had bases loaded and or guys on second and third with 1 out and no runs were scored? It happened a couple times this weekend. It was pretty frustrating. So it's hard to look back and be like, hey, 4-0, baby. We got this.
No, but they did come through. They did win the game. You can't deny that. However, my point is that performance on Sunday was way too close to what we saw the last 2 weeks of conference play. And it's not like that game is not sustainable going forward.
Right. When you play against better teams, they're going to take advantage of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's my point here is great weekend, but still need to see some things improve if we're going to really compete in this conference. Now, if you just want to be middle of the pack and sneak into a regional, yeah, yesterday's game was fine.
You could say that about every weekend. You could point to something.
I have been. They've lost every weekend.
Yeah, I think it does help to be like, hey, it's nice to be 3-0 to kind of make up one of those losses early, but we shouldn't have lost. UCF is obviously they're good. They're top of the conference right now. That's fine.
Are they? I don't know.
Currently they're at the top of the conference.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's also a fact that can't be disputed.
Well, it can't be disputed, but what did they swept Oklahoma State and swept Arizona?
Well, we'll find out. They play West Virginia this weekend.
True. West Virginia looks good.
Look, they did win 2 out of 3 on the road against TCU. Can't take that away from them.
An injured TCU team at the time. Noah
Pretty
Franco
dominant fashion,
lists.
too.
Well, if Noah Franco was here, that's a different story.
No, it's not. Not when you get your ass kicked like that.
If Brady Dallimore was there too, Noah Franco and Brady Dallimore.
Bro, they
2
kicked
big
our
pieces.
ass, but we're not here to talk about UCF again. So, all right. No, yeah. Look, I wanted to make it clear that mission accomplished for this weekend, but I don't like how it predicts going forward. That's all.
Oh, dude, TCU's never going to lose a game again. I'd be stunned if they lost another baseball game the rest of the year.
Well, they got a tough one tomorrow.
Clip that. We got Lamar. We've got at Kansas State, which is, man, always a pain.
It is, but after, you want to talk about teams feeling like they're in opposite directions right now. Kansas State goes and loses 2 of 3 to Utah. That's bad.
We haven't played up in Manhattan since 2023. Does that surprise you?
No, not with kind of how wacky the scheduling is these days.
Changed, last year?
Since we don't.
That was that would have been the Elijah Nunez home run robbery on Sunday.
Yeah. Save.
Or whatever.
You think that they probably don't make Omaha if he doesn't make that catch? That saved their bacon.
That's crazy.
I'll say this about K-State. They're very similar to Tech. They got scary guys in that lineup. And they're pitching. Man, we'll see how it goes, but I'm very close to determining K-State's pitching worse than Tech's.
Really?
Especially their bullpen.
So we'll have to chime into the deep dish on Thursday.
Yeah, no, I can't. Yeah, I can't wait to dig into it because I think their starters might be a little better, but their bullpen probably significantly worse.
Okay.
MK, they lost a game. We'll dig into it. 16-14 this weekend.
Yeah, they're gonna. It's gonna be very similar to this weekend, except problem is TCU we're going on the road, and
so whatever Martin retweeted about the best position players and maybe their weekends, 3 of the guys were on Kansas State. So you're telling me, so it's kind of the same thing where they've got offensive power, they've got strength there, but on the pitching side, it's no bueno.
Dude, they have like a 40-year-old D. Kennedy in their dugout.
And he's in contention for Big 12 Player of the Year.
He's been very good.
What's your issue with 40-year-olds, Ray? Come on, man.
Nothing. I love 40-year-olds. I love all ages.
I'm right there, and I need you to step back, okay?
Well, you're beyond that.
All right. Anything else from this weekend?
I honestly don't have that much.
What are we forgetting about? We hit on umpiring.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out. I mean,
Noah.
You would talk about some individual player performances because
1,000%.
I thought Cole Kramer was great this weekend.
Cole Kramer was great.
He had a great Saturday too, 3 for 5. Had a home run at some point. I mean, of course, a lot of guys had home runs, but
Jack Bell might be the hottest hitter on the team at this present moment.
Are they
what does Jack Bell not do?
Are they gonna keep him in the 8 hole or whatever he's at or are they gonna try to move him up? Like what's the philosophy on that?
You have a lineup that's working right now.
I know I was just, kind of picking on him for the Sunday performance, but if you look at the weekend as a whole, it'd be hard to say that any major changes are coming to the lineup.
Yeah.
I think
that's okay. I'm good with that.
We do need to mention this. Dallimore started 2 of the 3 games in place of Nolan Traeger.
Dude, and Dallimore was great on Saturday. What did he throw out? 4 guys?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. I think 3 of them were overslides of the bag, but nevertheless.
Hey. Sorry they're not playing on concrete
they all
anymore.
count the same. Yeah.
They're playing against the catcher too. They don't know what they're doing. So.
Now what you could say is, they overslid the bag because they realized that they had to run so hard to beat the throw that they had no chance.
That one of those was the farthest overslide I've seen in a while. I mean, like he was past it in terms of both of his legs.
So if you know you're cooked, you're gonna have to try to be a little aggressive getting to the bag. So he was great. He hit the game-tying home run there on Saturday.
Dude, and one of those overslides almost started. Tech wanted to start a brawl.
Oh yeah,
shoving Jack Bell right after.
I think going forward, at least for the foreseeable future, the lineup will stay pretty much how it is, and Dallimore will get a majority of the catching reps.
I thought it was really good this weekend to see Noah Franco come back out and close a game. Right? Like not just come in for and pitch an inning, but go and sit down for half an inning, come back and still shove.
Yeah.
And not only that, but to start that inning, he strikes out Rusnick, who was a pain in our ass all weekend. That kid's a good player.
That dude was driving drunk all over the field all weekend.
Yeah. Jacob, I will say, even though Traeger sat for 2 games, I mean, 2 and 4, it was nice to see a couple hits on Sunday that he didn't, take it too personally. It's like, hey, we can still maybe count on this guy to get some hits, even though he struggled early on this year.
That opposite field double was a nice piece.
And
I think it's good,
getting to third. What play did he get from first to third?
That was late when he reached first, and then there was a error on a pickoff. Or was it a wild pitch?
Nope, it was a wild pitch. Yeah,
and the guy couldn't find the ball. Yeah.
He got to third.
And that was before Gargette's pinch hit, which was nice. And then later on in that inning is when you had the Kramer ground ball single. I love that we won that game on a ground ball single after Tech bled us to death on Saturday. Do you guys? I mean, Tech. There were some Tech fans that were pretty pissed off about the interference call. Thought it was pretty clear.
Yeah, I mean, it was the same thing kind of with Kramer the day before.
Yep.
Where
good point.
The Tech runner, that dude took a super wide turn going around first to try to stretch it to a double. Like Cole's damn near standing on the outfield grass and he gets run into.
Yeah.
But speaking of Tech fans, is that the lowest amount of red you've seen at Lupton for a TCU Tech series in a long time?
Yes.
See, there were hardly any Tech fans there this weekend.
It's usually, I feel like it's always 50.
Dude, especially like the berm.
It's not 50-50
and all that.
But
it's not 50-50, but that berm's usually pretty red out there.
Yeah. Yep. It was basically just the parents.
Yeah. Tech don't travel.
No,
bandwagon.
What else?
Dude, bandwagon fans.
We got nothing else. Good week, fellas. Yep. Nice to chat about something positive, and obviously there's some concerns that we shared, but those will be explored more on the Big 12 Pack on Wednesday, the Deep Dish on Thursday. If you're not subscribed to the Patreon, $6 a month can get you those extra 2 podcasts. Much a deeper dive than we're doing tonight, which is just kind of a reaction to the weekend. Positive weekend, great for the Frogs, and then hopeful that obviously take care of Lamar, and it would be great to come out with a win against Kansas State to start making up some of these games that we've lost early in the season.
Got a little momentum going.
2 out of 3 against K-State, and we're in business.
Now we're cooking. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks to Coors Light. Thanks to Long Drink. And obviously Chinook Seedery. You use the code Lupton for 10% off all your seeds for the rest of the year. Fellas, good to break it down a little bit, chat about the ball, and we'll keep it rolling.
Yes, sir.
So good to hang out with y'all. As always, go Frogs.
Go Frogs.
Let's go Frogs.